This set of conversations arose from working with the Gateway Initiative and realizing that in our attempt to connect people to resources, we realize we have lots of resources, but they are often tough to navigate, or they just are not the resources people really need. We invited 4 local unhoused community members into the studio to tell us what it's really like to live homeless in Gaston County.
They give us the syringe exchange and everything through Phoenix, right? Okay, but then they send us out in the street to shoot our dope. Mm-hmm. There's no biohazard boxes for needles to put them in. You know, they're throwing them in the street. I mean,
The syringe exchange should give out a bio box, a biohazard container.
For them to carry around.
Yeah.
Why can't they post them up on the damn phone poles or something?
Because the problem, we have to go through the city. At the syringe exchange, you get a small bio container box, mm-hmm. and sometimes it's other little stuff like, I won't say whatever else it is, but that's for people's privacy. That way everybody don't know what they got. But there can't be public boxes. We're working with some organizations to try to make boxes around the community. But again, that's a very hard sell.
Well, why can't there be? And then it sounds crazy as hell. I know it does.
No, it sounds wonderful, but
why can't? Okay, if you're going to give us the needles to do our drugs, let them go to the bathroom. It's like a methadone clinic. Taking the methadone. You're giving us the needle to shoot our dope, so let us go to the bathroom and throw it in a trash can. And I say us, I don't use them anymore.
So why couldn't you just take the drug while you're there on the site?
Because that would be creating a safe injection sites, and there's nowhere in the U.S. right now that has safe injection sites. There's a lot of conversations about it, but nobody signed off on making that possible. Plus, again, it goes back to some sort of liability issue. Mm-hmm. Now, if that's what people want, and you can get enough folks to vote people in office that will approve one in the United States, like I said, there's a lot of talk about it. There, like people say, well, Illinois is gonna get one, Michigan's gonna get one, Ohio's gonna get one, New York is getting one. Officially, there is no one. It would have to be, again, go back to, the federal government. Again, it goes back to who you putting in offices that would make it more safer for folks to do that. Again, it's a liability issue. But under that's the best that can be done right now is that people get individual bio boxes. Like I said, there are conversations being had.
They hold paraphernalia. That's what they're for. They hold paraphernalia.
To put. But then it's legal with the syringe exchange program.
I was in jail with 2 girls who were being charged with the syringes that are a part of the program.
Okay, so they need to get.
Don't they have a card?
Yes, there's a card. Yes. But now I can't tell you that ain't gonna happen. And I don't know the whole story. But those charges will go away as long as the stuff they got is from a syringe exchange.
Because they're in this program.
Then we need to know about that.
That's exactly what's going on.
And so when that happens, people need to contact the syringe exchange through their lawyer, or if they can get a phone call through to somebody to say, hey, somebody wanted me to let you know, blah, 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 and that can get handled. Because the card has the statute to which it's under. Can I tell you, every police officer is informed that they should be. I can't tell you that. Do people have issue with that? Sure, people do, but it's legal in the state. But not every place in North Carolina actually has a exchange program.
Well, see, my thing is, if the needle wasn't dirty, if you wasn't keeping it, then you're supposed to use clean needles every time, and you've done your set and threw it away, you probably wouldn't get charged with it. That's just my common sense.
Probably would or wouldn't?
Wouldn't. Because they're testing the residue. You know what I'm saying? Quit carrying your dirty needles around. Yeah. But the thing is that they're not testing them and they're just charging them.
So you were about the pit count. What's your question? Or your
okay, I was supposed to be a part of that. Of course, I was incarcerated for a little while. But my thing with that is, okay, I went to a few meetings.
That's right.
A friend of mine talked me into going, because I speak my mind around here.
My bad.
And They were supposed to leave us alone in our spots wherever we were at until after the head count.
Right.
Okay, I was actually on the donation committee with Mr. Mills, and really, I was told nothing really got donated. You know, the same hygiene stuff and this and that. But if you just gonna count and then and it kind of goes with like Christmas when the police come out with a woman and her 2 kids to hand out stockings and stuff for us. They knew where we were at. They had no problem with us being there. You know, it was all leading up to January 29th.
Right.
And then New Year's, right after New Year's, they come, we all got to leave. You know, the city comes in and wipes the greenway out. And I mean, and I'm actually grateful for the city coming out there to the graveyard and everything, because what I was trying to do as far as cleaning up the area and showing that we all are not, you know, ungrateful and slack. You know, we all don't want to just trash where we live. I mean, that's shit where you eat. You know,
Right.
if you was in a house, you wouldn't be doing that.
Right.
Or you might, but
You were talking about the pit count. When you got to that,
yeah.
what you said you went to some meetings, so you went to some of the organization meetings,
Yes, sir.
and how'd that go?
Well, I mean, I feel like it was maybe a waste of time.
Okay.
Because all this was built up used to do this and this and this and actually help and have donations and doing, and I can't call places. I've had 3 cell phones in the last 3 months, and you know, they just get gone.
They get stolen?
Yes.
Okay.
The only people I really worry about is my kids, you know, and my mama,
Right.
my sisters. You know, my thing is, for me to get donations from people, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna talk. If I go up to a business and be like, "Can you help sponsor, you know, this, or help with providing food for a certain event?" I'm gonna ask, "Can we clean up trash around here that, you know, we threw down anyway?
Right.
Can we clean up some around the area, do some gutters?" I mean, something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Something in return.
Right.
And that would bring the whole community. You know, I think it would just turn us all around. I mean,
So-
maybe not all of us, but it would start. They'd be like, okay, well, you know, they do want to get on there.
Let me ask a question, because this came up this week and I didn't know how to answer it.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about it a lot and I don't know the answer. You go to Salvation Army, or you go to City on a Hill, or you go to Miss Tilly's, and you eat.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel about being asked to work in the kitchen or do something like that at one of those places?
I would love to do
You
that.
love that. Okay.
Yes, I mean, like I said, my grandpa, Bob Grigg. He at Sunset Lane Baptist Church in Bedford City. That's where I grew up. Got married. My kids were Christian and everything. That they gave. You know what I'm saying? That they didn't hesitate. I mean, there's a little judgmental on some things. You know, Baptist. We was always at home to watch the football game. But yes, sir.
Was your grandfather the pastor?
Mm-hmm. Associate pastor.
Associate. Is he still living?
No.
He's not.
No.
It's funny. We're doing a project at that church in March 26th.
Really?
Yeah, the pastor there is going to bring in a group of pastors that we're going to work with, and and we're going to try to help them. We're going to figure out how to help them serve their community, and they're not sure. They're small churches, all of them, and that's going to be at Sunset Lane.
That's great. I haven't even talked to anybody from Sunset Lane in years.
I think they're aging. They're an older congregation. But how about that? And Bob Green was your grandfather, and he was the pastor.
Yes, sir.
And the pastor there now has been there, I think, 15 or 16 years.
Yeah, and I love Deacon and Shauna, you
Yeah.
know, and I love all those people. But you know, there was something that happened there
Right.
when I just.
Yeah. Wow, how about that? That's an outtake we got. We're back in the studio, and we're going to tie up this session this morning that we've done. We've done several sections on what it really means to be homeless. I'm Chaplain Dwayne with the Resource Connection Gateway. We're a great resource for connection but we can't fix this problem. We need solutions. We need resources to refer people to and to help them walk to. So that's part of why we're doing this, and for information's sake. And we believe that it's hard to hate up close, so we need to move in. And if we move in, this is one way we can do it. We learn, we listen. So we've covered a bunch of stuff, got a couple ideas that have come out of this that we're going to pursue. But here's how we're going to finish. Each person's going to take 3, 4, 5 minutes. Each of our folks here that you're going to hear from is unhoused. They're in the midst of this. They're living it. They're not talking about it. They're living it. And we're just going to hear from them. We've drawn straws in the studio or numbers. And so Amanda is going to lead us off, and we're going to have church for a few minutes because we're going to hear what they've been holding on their mind the whole morning we've been working here. And they're going to let us know, hey, this is the reality. So Amanda, tell us what's on your mind.
All right. You know, you were just talking about the poop situation earlier. I said it was funny because I just made a stupid shit category right here. Okay, the government provides free cell phones. Okay, but the county cuts all our options, our ways out to charge the damn phones.
So charging, yeah.
Yeah, you can't come out with one. I mean, the churches hand out tents, and then you can't put them anywhere.
Yeah.
They donate clothes, and then you can't wash them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
you know, the police they're getting better, but I think it's because they're getting to know everybody.
Yeah.
You know, but it's still, and they don't understand how much we could progress
Yeah.
if we just was left alone to be able to, because I mean, when I had my tent, I had carpet in my tent, I had a couch in my tent. I mean, like I said, I dumpster dive. I don't have to have money. I don't even have to have a tent. I go out and get plastic, bubble wrap, tarps. You can find them anywhere.
Yep.
And pallets. I mean, you ain't got nothing else to do but build a treehouse.
Right.
You know, you can be productive. You
Right.
don't have to just sleep on the ground or I mean, like I said, I'm pissed off at the homeless community. You know, like, I mean, we're supposed to be a family. We're supposed to take care of each other.
Right.
We're supposed to make sure that if we got it, somebody don't, then they got it, regardless.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we just don't do that anymore. We take.
Yeah.
And it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And then you want to fuss because the city's coming in and making us take everything up. It's trash. Okay? 90% of the time, if you're in an area, when you leave your spot, you pass the dumpster.
Yeah.
You can't pick up a damn bag of trash and go put it, you just
Right.
toss it in the dumpster. Hell, we eat them all the time anyway.
So what I'm hearing you say are the same things that I'm hearing leaders say about everybody. Be responsible. You're preaching to the choir. You're talking to the homeless community, aren't
Yes.
you? So,
But I also need, the people who could help, quit being so damn judgmental. You know, I mean, if I'm asking you for something to eat, this was before I said the hell with it, you know, I mean, we can get them out of the dumpsters safely.
right.
If I'm asking you for something to eat, I'm not just going to come in, ask for something to eat every day without, can I wash some windows? Can, put in an application? Something.
So give me an example, an illustration where nobody really said anything. I know we heard about the guy that made you leave the church,
Yeah.
but what's a situation where you just feel judged, even though they're not even saying anything? Can you think of an illustration of that?
When we go to get cigarette butts from the bar and you hear all the car alarms go off at one time. You know what I mean?
So you go up to the bar and you think, I'm going to get some cigarette butts off the ground.
Yeah, I'm not asking anybody for anything.
And people inside see that and they set off the alarms so you'll scatter.
I know they'll cut them on.
Or they turn them on so
you
you'll
know,
scatter.
if I'm out stealing shit, I'm not digging for cigarette butts.
Right.
You know, I can survive without boosting and I got my ways of doing that. I've done that for a long time. I lived across the street in a tent for 8 months over there at Walmart.
And had a young child part of that time, right?
That was in Asheville. This
That was
was
in Asheville.
this was after
Yeah.
the whole, but
Yeah.
I survived. I didn't have, I was on Suboxone.
Right.
I like to do meth every once in a while. They cut me off my Adderall. But
So back up. They cut you off your Adderall.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor did.
Yes.
Now that you're clean, could you get back on Adderall and help you stay regulated? Do you know?
I don't have my insurance.
You don't have any insurance, which is the point I was hoping we'd get to. So if you could get to a doctor, get some guidance, you may be able to go on back on Adderall and find yourself not desiring to use an illicit drug, right?
Right, because I mean, I'm honest with what I do.
Right.
And meth got me off my Suboxone. It helped me get off my Suboxone.
Right.
And I do use. I'm not going overboard. When I got arrested in July, I was doing about 3 grams a day.
Right.
That's
So
crazy.
how were you supporting that habit?
We were selling about 2 ounces, me and the guy I was with, a day.
You're stealing it from whom? I mean,
No, we were selling.
Oh, selling.
Yeah.
I thought you said stealing.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
So you were dealing to support your habit.
Man, he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? I was at a breaking point with everything.
Right.
But I got locked up. God sit me down, and
it's unfortunate that this is a podcast. Even though we have been fortunate, Star has gotten us some video. But if you could see Amanda, she's young, she's healthy. She's an attractive woman. It's not like she's just somebody that you think, well, she's just a bum on the street. You go in a restaurant, you see her having lunch, you're not going to know she's any different from you or me. But yet, you get treated differently, I think. That's what I'm hearing. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we do. And I don't care what people think about me. I really, really don't. And the thing is, I know who I am. God knows who I am. And these people out here that's been on the streets with me, they know who I am.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I have my ups and downs.
Yeah. Guess what? We all got them. We have good days and bad days, you know?
But, like I said, okay, my son is 13 years old. And he told me one day that he was tired. He jogs at a church at night and stuff, and he keeps getting ran off by the police because he don't have permission to be there. Okay. He's jogging, and he lives over off Airline. So why are you messing with him?
Yeah.
You know, he's got his headphones in, he's jogging at the church. Oh, he's trespassing. My son told me, he said, Mama, he said, I'm going to raise my own money to buy some land to build a place, like a skate park or in a track, and just a place where teenagers can go be teenagers without having to worry about being harassed by the police.
Right.
I said, honey, you don't have to raise your own money. I said, I can help get you grants for that. He said, I don't want no damn grant from the government.
Right.
I said, why? He said, because, Mama. He said, look how much the government's been helping you the past 5 years. He said, every time you get right there where you're going to succeed, they pull it out from under you. He said, if I pay for it, they can't take it from you.
Yeah.
Okay, he's 13 years old and he's thinking about that shit.
Yeah.
That should fucking say something. I mean, that hit me hard.
That's true.
And he's doing it though. He had $1,500 at that time, and he's a straight A student. He plays football. He is in wrestling. I mean,
Yep.
he's just he's amazing. All my kids are amazing. But my 16-year-old scholarship to Clemson, full scholarship when he was 14 years old, started having seizures. Got him under control, had a seizure in the damn bathtub, and fractured the spine. Can't play again. Okay, where's the support for that?
Right.
You know, because he don't know what to do.
That's right.
I mean, he can't smoke pot because it was triggering seizures.
Right.
I mean, I just...
As you can see as you're talking and what I'm hearing, this problem's so much bigger than just somebody doesn't have a place to sleep. And yeah. So let's move to the next person. I think Eddie, you're next.
Yeah, I had number 2.
Take us now. We've had the opening song in this church service. Now you get to do the special music and the sermon, and then you're gonna take the offering in a minute, Christy. So all right, go ahead.
I just want to piggyback in off of something that Amanda was saying as far as the health issue, and that is the crisis that we're in. It's not enough of help for the homeless.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it don't just have to be, you know what I'm saying, the churches or the ministries or the Salvation Army. Business owners, like I said, I'm piggybacking off of her. Business owners offer somebody a job that's homeless.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or You see them walking by, hey man, I got a few boxes in the back, you wanna move them for me and help clean up a little bit? I'll shoot you a couple of dollars and, you know, give them an opportunity.
Yeah.
Give the homeless people more opportunities to come up, the ones that are willing to do that to come up.
What I'm hearing, do for the homeless people what you would do for your buddy's kid who needs to work one
Right,
side.
exactly. And you see
Yeah.
these people uptown around your businesses
Yeah.
every day. So what would be the difference in giving them a part-time job?
Right.
Because they're hanging out up there all for 10, 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
Come on, work for me for 4 hours. I'll pay you. Or work for me for 10 hours. You know,
Yeah.
just make things a little bit more, you know, act like you care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the shoe was on the other foot, wouldn't you want somebody to do the same thing for you? You know, especially for the ones, like I say, that really put forth an effort to show that they want a better life. They don't want to be homeless.
Yeah.
That they're not on drugs and whatever money they do make off of whatever work you give them, they're not going to just go buy liquor or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see their progress.
Yeah. And
That's my whole thing.
I think that's one of the reasons we wanted to do this podcast. I also know a lot of the downtown business owners, they're running on tight budgets.
I
It's
agree.
hard for them to do it. But I've seen some of them do it. They did it with Jimmy. Some of y'all know Jimmy. He's uptown, but he's an older man. There's no intimidation factor because,
Right,
you know,
right.
so we got to figure out how to bridge that gap. And I think
Making progress.
we're making some progress. So, Shorty, been sitting here saying some things. It's always deep when you say it. You always smile when you say it. What are your parting shots? Say, I want to make sure you think about this. What's on your mind? Besides the fact that you've really enjoyed working with this handsome man across the table, but you don't have to say that on. Oh, we're still live. Go ahead. Go ahead. Look at her laugh. Look at her.
Oh, just pulling the spotlight. I just want everybody to be aware that homeless is not something that you want. It's a situation that you're put into because of certain situations that happen in life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something that anybody celebrate being homeless. I know I don't.
Yeah.
I want to be in my house, in my bed, by myself, where I can enjoy my life. And I know it sounds like I'm about to cry, but I'm not really. That's just part of a stroke. But anyway, when you see a homeless person, don't look down because of their situation. Don't stereotype them. Don't sit there and make fun. Oh, that person ain't got no place to stay. No. Show some consideration. Can I help you in any way? Would you like to work here for a few hours a day?
Yeah.
I can help you out. If it was me and I had money, I've seen plenty of homeless people. I saw a man going through the dumpsters, getting food out to eat and stuff to drink. I said, no, baby, because I was working at this time. It was in Gaston County. I said, baby, come with me. I said, what do you want to eat? He said, I want me a piece of chicken. I said, come with me. I took him in there and I bought him a whole chicken dinner.
Yeah.
That man thanked me from the time I paid for that dinner till I was going up the sidewalk. He was still thanking me. He saw me 2 weeks later and he still remember who I was.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way I want people to be.
Yeah.
I treat people the way I want to be treated.
Yeah.
So I don't look down on nobody because I'm no better than nobody.
Right.
But then again, ain't nobody better than me.
Right.
I'm the best person I know. I'm the sweetest person I know. I'm the nicest person I know.
I'm the best looking person. Everybody's laughing at me.
But don't play me dumb, stupid, or slow.
There you
Because
go.
I will put you in your place.
So say that again. Don't play me what?
Don't play me dumb, stupid, or slow.
Yeah.
Because I will straighten you out
Yeah.
in the quickness.
Yeah.
And like I say, when you see people start stereotyping people, you don't know what that person's going through. You don't know what their life is like. I
That's
try
right.
to get inside a person's mind because intellect is what stimulates me.
Yeah.
To see how a person conversate with me, you be like, baby, I love to take you in the room and do
Yeah.
That's the situation I stay away from.
Yeah.
And I have run into quite a few like that.
Right.
What you can do for me. No, I can't do nothing for you. God can do it for you. If you can't, if you don't have a woman, get some baby oil. You'll be okay.
Love yourself, right?
Now we get
Best you can.
A lot of
right?
people prefer
I'm
Johnny.
just saying.
So for all the ministers who are listening to this right now, that is Shorty. And she'll be here all weekend. Don't forget to tip your waiter. Christy, what would you say? You're a mama with 3 kids. You love those kids.
I love them dearly.
So what do you say to people? We're trying to get people to see what it's really like, as much as we can, to walk in your shoes and to know. What would you want to say?
I mean, it's not easy. It's very hard when you're a single mom and the daddy's doing drugs or shooting up or going out there, excuse my language, what I'm about to say, whoring around, with other females, knowing you have a wife, knowing you have kids, knowing you trying to have something for yourself, and then when you find out from somebody else, and then it's a situation where, I don't know how to put it, but it's like, like for my situation, I'm going through a divorce.
Yeah.
I have been married 4 years with the same person I truly love. I truly, I thought was going to be the man for me. With my kids, they're the there's the dad of my 3 boys.
Yep.
I do have 2 baby daddies. Anyways, I don't like judgmental. I've been judged. They said I was an unfit mother. That all I think I wanted was that one thing, and no, it's not.
Yeah.
What I want a house. I want my kids. I want to be in a church. I want to be doing something for, caring for people. Because I am a person, I love people. I love to talk to anybody. A lot of people say, you have a good heart. Why are you like this? Because I chose the situation I was in. I thought it was the right one, but come to find out it was the wrong one for me, and I put myself to it.
Yeah.
First day I met this girl, she went and got me something to eat, Salvation Army.
Really?
Something to eat, something to
I'm
drink.
about to
Yep.
cry, y'all.
She sure did. First person I met up at the Salvation Army, she sure as hell did.
That's because she's a mama. She understands.
It's all good.
But
She
it's not all
understands.
bad. That's the thing,
That's
it
right.
ain't that.
That's right.
Yeah, everybody falls short and make mistakes or don't have opportunities. All we doing is trying to create space where we can talk about anything, and the things that we can fix, we're gonna fix. The things we can't fix, we're gonna say, well, how at a later date can we fix that or create that space? But the main thing is, we gotta talk about the hard stuff. It's very hard to put yourself out there and be vulnerable and say, hey, I made mistakes.
That's right.
Or I didn't know. The people that taught me, they had limited amount of knowledge on stuff. We say homeless, or you say unhoused, but it's a lot of people out there renting because they don't know how to buy a home.
That's
They don't
right.
have those opportunities afforded to them. They can't go to a bank because they have no
That's
credit.
right.
They don't have no upfront money. They don't even have the knowledge of who would I call and trust. That's the other thing. I done trusted people before, and I got. Some people homeless now because they trusted people they supposed to be leasing to own,
Yeah.
and they didn't sign the right paperwork, or
Yeah.
the property got taken over because it really didn't belong to them, and you didn't know
Yeah.
that. So those are all conversations we need to have. Like I said, people that are renting are one step away from being homeless because the rent can go up, the property can be destroyed or change ownership, and
So what we've heard today is not the solution. We've just taken a deeper dive looking at the challenge. I would say that the thing that drove me to do this today above all was realizing I can only do so much. This is a community challenge, and I'm challenging the community to come together and figure out the best way. And we're not going to figure out the best way if we go into rooms by ourselves and come out with briefcases full of plans. We need people who are living it. And I so appreciate every one of you taking the time, making yourself vulnerable, being willing to even be photographed and put on the airways. And, even Eddie, who said the photograph's got to look good, we're going to make sure that happens. Because, it's going to
It's
Oh,
all
happen.
about the angle.
It's all about the
It's all
angle.
about the angle.
I
So,
wish you'd have told me
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm showing my best. I know I wasn't feeling well, and I apologize. I wasn't
Yeah,
feeling well. Stumbled and hurt myself,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I gave a commitment that I would show up.
Good.
I
And
just
knew
want
it
to
was
see it in
important
here.
that I
Yes.
show up regardless of what I was going through physically, and so I'm glad I showed up because I haven't always been welcomed in a lot of rooms, and there's still places I can't go. So I stick with the folks that stick with
Stick
me,
with
and
the
that's
folks
why
that stick.
yeah, I don't move outside.
Right.
I can move
It's
outside.
only
I
right.
appreciate it. We're family, so we're gonna do what family supposed to do and should
Right.
do.
Right.
Is we're gonna help each other
Right.
Have
and
each other's
figure this
back.
thing out together. So I too, the challenge has been set. Community, you need to show up. You need to make space. You need to help us fix some of these things that we can easily fix. It's very easy to fix. Having an ID, if you're in North Carolina, 17 or older, you can go to DMV, you get a free ID. That's free. You need to be able to get driver's license. If that's the problem, if it's so easy as paying the fee, we need to make that happen through organizations as part of the plan or mission statement or come together.
Yeah.
Whether we collect change in a bucket, we can trust Dwayne, I believe.
You can't trust
Yeah, I
me.
asked about a grant for helping me get my license back,
Okay.
and they was like, no.
We need to talk. These are things that we can fix.
So what we got to do now is get out of this studio and clean it up because there's another group coming in to use it. So we're going to break. This is not over. I hope we don't lose contact with all of y'all. You can always get in touch with me through the Gateway website, and you can get in touch with me certainly through John at Salvation Army.
Okay.
And once this is polished and fine-tuned, we'll have it out there for you to be able to hear. But I appreciate
Hey, y'all done got me on the road.
Yeah.
You
You got me on the road, boy.
Yeah, you can reach me through olivebranchministry.org. That's our website, or I will give y'all my contact information after we get off air.
Yeah.
Or if you can get in touch with Dwayne, he knows how to find me,
Yeah.
and we'll do that. And we're gonna do some things off air
Yeah.
and see if we can't take the next step
That's right.
together.
So we're going to break the podcast here, get cleaned up, and move on. But this is not the last I think you'll hear from us, and there'll be more podcasts to follow.
This podcast brought to you by Resource Connection Gateway. You can find more information at resourceconnectiongateway.com. This has been part 3 of the series entitled, What's It Really Like to Be Homeless? If you're in the Gaston County area and you want to help, or maybe you just want to improve the homeless situation in your own community, we've compiled a list of needs spoken to us by some of the unhoused members of our community. And they're not things that you might think. They're not money, they're not food, they're not hygienic supplies only, but things that will improve their life, help them get out of the situation that they're in. For instance, family shelter space. We only have 3 family rooms in the county, yet it's confirmed that 796 students are homeless in Gaston County. Bus passes. A functional bus system that runs when it's needed, not just during midday. Safe space to camp, since we only have 60 shelter beds. Weekday shower and laundry spots. Pre-screening for rental applications, so homeless don't have to spend $50 per rental application just to be told no space is available, or they do not qualify for a rental. Phone charging spaces, so they don't get treated like thieves when they try to charge a phone. Reading assistance, when government and rental forms must be signed. People who are seeing challenged, deaf, or just not familiar with professional vernacular can better understand options and requirements with reading assistance. Volunteer advocates, who will help homeless walk through the process of re-entry into community. Centralized services, and ID card assistance. All of these things would be a huge help to the homeless in your community. And if you don't have the time and you just want to make a donation, you can do that as well at resourceconnectiongateway.com. We thank you for listening, and this has been a production of resourceconnectiongateway.com. Let the Resource Connection Gateway help.